Boxing doctor in the house. We got Coach Dirt, the head coach of Shakur Stevenson. Um,
No.
yeah, he's going to share some knowledge with us. Thank you for taking your time and speaking to us. We appreciate you. There's a big fight coming up. The heavyweight division is just like in years hasn't been like this. You know, whether it's 1995, 96, 97, I never felt heavyweight boxing like how it is today. I remember me growing up watching Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, but whenever we hear about Mike Tyson or Lennox Lewis, those are the entertainment. You feel fired up watching this. I remember, with all due respect, when Klitschko's fought, they fought. They got skills, but were they entertaining to watch? That's a different story. Now, the
Right.
heavyweight division today is buzzing. You guys got like Anthony Joshua, Usyk. Yeah, Joshua lost recently, but he's still a top five contender, and I think he
Right.
shouldn't be ashamed of himself at all. He put on a great fight. He just needs to go back to the drawing board and keep on fighting because he's a people's champ. People love him for what he has done, accomplishment in the UK boxing and the world. And now we have Deontay Wilder Wilder versus Helenus. What
Right.
do you think about Helenus? What kind of fighter is he?
I think Helenus is pretty good journeyman at best. The guy had a few losses that I wouldn't say were career ending, right?
Okay,
But he had a few wins that were career reviving.
okay.
And I don't think this is I don't think it's a safe fight for Deontay Wilder
It's not a safe
over the
fight.
course. Yeah, I don't think so. This Helenius got, I say, over the course of maybe the last
Hmm.
4 or 5 fights,
Hmm.
this guy's got consistently better in
Okay.
terms of his boxing ability, and
Hmm.
more than likely his ring prowess. He seemed to learn to make the right adjustments at the right times in fight. Deontay Wilder, he's not the best fundamentally to me.
Yeah.
I'm one person, but and I'm nobody. In my opinion, is my opinion, but fundamentally and technically, he's lacking a few things, and
Yeah.
it's confusing for a guy to have so much talent and power and an
Mm.
amateur background with
Hmm.
USA boxing. It's not like he didn't go through the amateurs, the JOs, and competed at a high level in the
Okay.
JOs. But the pro level is very different. Obviously, very different from the amateur level. But you're talking about two big guys. One can punch, one can box. And I think it's a good bounce back fight for him. But I don't think it's just I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park by no stretch of the by no stretch of the Helenus is he's a tough journeyman, man. Pretty good boxer, pretty good
Yeah.
fighter.
Saying that about Helenius, Deontay Wilder, I believe he started boxing at the age of 19, right?
Right.
So, his accomplishment, what he has done in the sport of boxing for at the age he started is just remarkable. Having one of the highest, I think the highest knockout ratio in the history of boxing. And it's with respect I'm saying, I look at Deontay Wilder. A lot of the stuff that he does, it's not in the school of boxing. But I think it's not that he doesn't want to do it. It's because learning boxing at an older age, what happens is your body and mind, grasping things in a different way. What do you think, Coach?
I agree. You it's you have advantages
Yeah.
when you start, at a younger age, obviously.
Hmm.
But at the same time, he was gifted. He was gifted
Yes,
by
exactly.
man, some,
Absolutely.
some
Yes.
things and attributes that a lot of guys, will never have.
Hmm.
And with that being said, nothing is more important than preparation and the work that you put
Yeah.
in order to maintain and be consistent
Hmm.
with skill set and the abilities. I'm
You,
not so
you,
sure he he's one. Pardon me, 1 second. I'm not so sure he's one of the guys that work extremely hard.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. Gym rat. I don't know. I can't speak to his work ethic,
Yeah.
but it shows in the ring and it shows up on fight night. When you're not in the best shape, when you're not in elite shape.
Yeah.
And for a fighter of his magnitude, fighting at the highest level in boxing, man. I'm not sure about his conditioning. I'm not so sure about the
Yeah.
necessary
Yeah.
outside of the ring. Are they just done?
Exactly. Like you know
That's
what you just mentioned, it makes a lot of sense because like when you look at Anthony Joshua and throughout his career, like I'm looking at him, uh, when when he's hitting the pads and when he's hitting the heavy bag, I see him, like it's like real hard punches and he's going bam like this, when he's hitting the pads. So I don't see a lot of that motion of rhythm, if
right.
you understand. Yeah, but I think I'm not too sure. Uh, why is happening? I'm not too sure. Is it because he concentrated maybe some part of his life in a lot of bodybuilding, and that maybe affected him for his flexibility as a boxer? Because you would know better, coach.
I mean that definitely could be a factor, but it also could be the guys that's been working with him throughout the tenure of
Yeah,
his boxing life. If I see something is wrong or fighters lacking in certain areas, then naturally you would work more
yeah.
at those areas. Fighter becomes adequate.
Because when I see him when he was fighting Usyk, when Usyk is giving him a body shot, instead of just going like this, like that, his body movement was like it was going all the way like this, or moving it down like that. So I felt like maybe mentally he was uncomfortable because of the movement of Usyk's footwork. Okay, I really don't know what was going on, but what I can say, a lot of people saying, negative things about, Joshua. I think Joshua tried his best, but at the same time, I think that fight with Andy Ruiz, the first one when he got knocked out, that really affected him mentally because the rematch in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh, I was live watching it, and okay, he came back from a hard knockout, and after that knockout, who did he fight against? Joshua. Um, yeah, what's his name? Joshua fought. He had a, after this Ruiz fight.
After Ruiz,
Um,
after the Ruiz loss, I forgot who he fought after that, man.
yeah,
Man, I
uh,
forgot.
yeah, but I think it wasn't Joseph Parker, was it?
It might have
Um,
been Joseph. I can't
It might,
remember, but I
I
think you're
can't
correct.
remember, but I remember him very cautious. He was fighting his opponent very cautiously. So what I'm saying in this fight against Usyk, also he was extremely cautious, and at times where he hurt, Usyk, he didn't take
He
advantage of
didn't
the
follow through.
situation. Yeah, and it's
I,
not about.
I no, I was about to say I agree, but I also think, man, it's again, you hire guys, right, to guide you and to lead you, to
Mhm.
help you, to be that extra source in the corner,
Yeah,
right? And if they motivate you to make the adjustments that you're not seeing, that you can't make, they help you make those adjustments, right? I'm not so sure that he's with guys that's adequate enough to
yeah,
make the right correction,
yeah,
whether it's
yeah.
offensively or defensively. It's
Mm.
he's the young man has a ton of talent.
Yes,
He's a big
absolutely.
guy. He could punch. It's clear that his confidence was shaken after
Yeah.
two tough losses or whatever the case. But he had the will, the intent, the courage, hard enough to get back in. Right.
Yes, yes, and
At
God
no
bless him for
point in the
that.
fight.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. At no point in the fight did he show coward,
Yeah.
a coward.
He,
Anything.
absolutely
You know,
not. Yeah.
well, I honestly think it's a combination of training,
Mhm.
learning, learning how to train, for specific fights, who you're fighting against, so forth and so on,
Mhm.
and making the right adjustment. preparation is everything, man. Preparation
Yes.
is everything. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna put my fight and ask him to be a punching bag. Period. Period.
Yeah.
Okay. And if my fighter is lacking the ability to attack and set up his shots,
Hmm.
then guess what? He's going to be on defense more than he's on offense, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we're saying with Anthony Joshua.
Mm.
He's been on defense more than he's been on offense, and that could be a conversation. That could be actually watching film and having a conversation, or that could be putting in the work and just changing certain things so that he's comfortable and understand what he needs to do in order to win. And it's not like he don't know. He's competed at the highest level. He's won at the highest level. So
Yeah.
I really think it comes down to the guys that you're working with and the mindset that you're in and how they deal with you and get you ready and prepared to compete and win, man.
A couple of months ago, I was at MW Cafe. Brother Muta from Napoleon from Tupac Outlaws. He got two cafes here in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh,
Yes, sir.
and he was just talking about Shakur Stevenson that they're from the. I believe he said he from the same area where he grew up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Me,
yeah,
and- me and Musa,
yeah.
me and Musa, we grew up together, went to
MashaAllah, yeah.
school together, played
MashaAllah, yeah.
football together. We
Yeah.
got in trouble together. So, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, brother,
So
man.
yeah, he always shows love, man. He always shows love to Shakur Stevenson. Anytime we talk about something with boxing, if it comes up, he says good things about Shakur Stevenson, and he's so proud of him.
Yes, sir. So I'm so
Yeah.
proud of Musa, man. You guys really knew where this midget come from, man.
you
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
say that because
my
you're older
brother.
than him. I can't say that, man. But anyways, alhamdulillah, man. I know Muta, man. Like, bro, subhanallah, I know him like since maybe 16 years. So he's a close brother to me, and may Allah bless him and
Yeah.
his family. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, talking about Wilder and Hellenius, do you think Wilder, experiencing those losses from Tyson Fury in this fight, do you think he will have a different mindset? And I spoke to a few other people, and people saying Wilder's going to be Wilder.
I would hope so. I don't know. I don't know the young man.
Yeah.
We have mutual friends, but I will hope. I will hope. The mindset is win,
Okay.
win big, um, continue my career in a way that leads me down the path of greatness. I would hope that's the thinking,
Yeah.
But I can't speak
Yeah.
to Deontay Wilder's thought process or how he may conduct himself come fight night, or
Yeah.
how he even conducting himself getting ready for the fight. I
Yeah.
would hope that he's taking his career, himself, his legacy very serious. I will
Yeah.
hope that.
Um, like I'm a student in the sport. I'm still learning. And always learning, and you can always learn. That's what I believe. It doesn't matter even from a younger guy. I watched Deontay Wilder when I started watching him, and I didn't understand his footwork. When I realized he started boxing at the age of 19, it makes a lot of sense that because as a coach, when I'm teaching people footwork, and I realize, older guys, they pick up footwork in a different way. It might come robotic or it might come in an awkward way. So I think with Wilder, instead of coming weird, is coming in an awkward way. And he's determined and he worked hard, and look at his record, look at his knockout ratio, uh, and the difference between him and a Joshua, I think Joshua, he's explosive in his punches when he does hit. But I think Wilder, he's able to control his distance and move around in his awkward way. And that's the difference between these two guys.
I agree with you somewhat. I think
Yeah.
with Anthony Joshua, he thinks a lot more,
Hmm.
and he really shouldn't. He don't have to. He could touch guys from across the street. No different than Deontay Wilder. And
Absolutely.
Deontay Wilder, when it come down to just characteristic traits, right?
Yeah.
Flat out, Deontay Wilder's a dog.
Hmm.
You know, he has no fear
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
opposition. And I think with
Absolutely.
Anthony Joshua, he probably have those moments where he said, "Man, I'm nervous," and not
Mm.
realizing that's a guy feeling. That that
Mm.
that that feeling of nervousness is going to heighten his awareness. It's going to heighten his adrenaline, heighten his performance. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope that
Yeah.
I'm wrong, but those are the differences that I see between the Deontay Wilder and
Mm.
Anthony Joshua. Skill set wise, I believe wholeheartedly Anthony Joshua is a much better fighter, much better boxer, technically. But
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
when,
Yes.
when you
You're right. You're right.
when you put when you put him under the lights,
Yes.
Deontay Wilder is the one that's going to go and get after it. So
But sometimes
those are just different.
awkwardness, that what makes you different, and that difference makes a big,
Yeah. We
yeah,
all, we all, we
just
all,
like Nasim Ahmed.
we all know the awkward guys are most of the time the hardest guys to fight, man.
Yeah,
Period.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
Period.
Any final thoughts about Helenus versus Wilder?
I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Wilder win in a decision. UD. I don't think he's gonna hurt this guy.
Okay.
Uh, and I believe Helenus is going to be there all night long and and,
Wow.
and give him some problems.
So
I
it's gonna be a
truly
good
believe.
fight for us, man. It's gonna be a great
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I think it's going to be
Okay.
a good heavyweight fight, man.
All right, brother. Thank you for your time, and we'll speak soon,
Thank
inshallah.
you, man. Inshallah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I
And
appreciate you.
I appreciate you, my brother. We're not forgetting Shakur Stevenson, September
Oh,
23rd. Tune in,
we
everyone.
gonna I'm gonna make sure I set that interview up for you, man. I promise
Oh,
you. I don't want to bother him right now. He's in his little element playing cards. This is downtime. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna get ready to
no,
go
no, man.
upstairs and rest.
It's all love, brother. It's all love, man. Whether we talk or we don't talk, I got to talk to you, and we wish him nothing but success, man. And down the line, inshallah, we'll speak, man. No worries, man.
Inshallah, brother.
Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, khair. Thank you.